Hey, they say the moon landing was fake. JFK, man, they wanted him erased. Aliens and bunkers, government lies, chemtrails painting secrets in the skies. It's a co-host, dual voice or the code, digging through the chaos down every dark road. New world order, we taking names. Bigfoot's real and he knows the game. Conspiracy chaos where the truth gets wild. From pyramids to lizard kings in exile. They hide it all, but we pull the thread. So buckle up tight, it's all in your head. Conspiracy chaos where the truth gets wild. From pyramids to lizard kings in exile. They hide it all, but we pull the thread. So buckle up tight, it's all in your head.
This is Conspiracy Chaos. Truth, fiction, or both? Let's dive in.
Let's go. Welcome back to Conspiracy Chaos. Going to mix it up a little bit here tonight with a Chaos Corner. Mike should be jumping on here shortly. But returning with me, a previous guest we've had on, a familiar face. I got my man Drew from Speaking in Code, Conspiracy of a Dead Man. What's up, Drew? Appreciate you jumping on.
Oh, thank you.
And then also we got my man Sam, Web of Mysteries. I've been calling him the Crock Pot because he cooks with gas. Sam, appreciate you taking the time as well.
I'm always honored to be on anyone. So
Appreciate you, buddy. And then we got James from Plunder World. James, appreciate you taking the time, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, nice. First time meeting you, James. So let's start with you, man. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and the podcast?
Well, I appreciate you for having me on. My name's James. I don't have a podcast, but I make trading cards all about all the weird, wild conspiracies and dark history you've never heard of. And you'll find me at card shows, sports card shows, comic book shows, and I am the last guy anybody's ready to run into because I make it fun to collect the apocalypse. And I've done 2 series already, and I'm working on series 3 as we speak.
That's cool. So, like, all right, what type? Give me an example of what type of cards you do.
Yeah, I mean they're real trading cards. I mean I make trading cards with every series has 90 subjects. They're professionally done.
Cool.
Every box has got packs. There's subjects that range from Rothschild family to institutions like the Norman Lear Center. That's this one right here.
All right.
But every subject has 3 cards. But there's a different part of the story on the back of every card.
Right. So you got to collect all 3 to get the complete story.
Yeah, and there's hard to find shiny cards. But I make it pretty generous for people when they're ripping packs. And I have books everywhere. I've been reading and listening to this kind of stuff since I was a boy, and it's just kind of a great way to remind yourself of what you forgot. Because you got it in your hand, and hey, look at there, somebody's got a sticker. Yeah, but that's what I'm about.
Nice. And then Sam's a little busy, so Drew, man, why don't you just remind the listeners a little bit about Speaking in Code, what you got going on over there?
Hey, I'm Drew or Code, Conspiracy of a Dead Man from the Speaking Code podcast. There's about 4 of us. So there's me, Teddy Dynamite, Chante, and Swank, Servant with the Noble Cause. So I'll try to eventually get those guys back in here too. But I do my show. We do everything about conspiracies and stuff. And then sometimes I'll do like a solo show or have a guest where it's called Trauma Dumping with Code, where it's kind of like a doom scrolling type episode where play a few videos and then talk about them. But we keep those ones about 35 to 40 minutes or 30 to 40 minutes. But definitely a big fan of James from Plunder World. I got the entire new set. So if you guys want to open any and see what they're about on the show, just let me know. And James, if you're cool with it, whatever works for you guys.
Hey, do whatever. It's your show.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Your cards, man. I can care less if you want to open them. I don't know if you wanted to open them.
Well, I'll tell you know what. I'll one up you. I'll one up you. I'll tell you what. When we're wrapping up, okay, what we'll do is I'll go through a small stack of cards or packs, and I'll open one live on the show, and I'll have a trivia question. And whoever contacts me with the answer to that trivia question, I'll mail them whatever's in this pack. Is that a deal?
Okay. Sounds
All right.
good, man.
Give people a reason to
Sounds good.
stay tuned.
All right, cool. My computer's about to die on me. And then last we got my man Sam. Sam, what's up, buddy? From Web of Mysteries. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on over there?
So so the show Web of Mysteries, I got inspired by the boys of Code of Conspiracy. I want to go my show. I want to talk about the mysteries of life, like how the reason why the Titanic is really a conspiracy theory. It was a three-way. It was an insurance fraud. It's how to set up the Federal Reserve Bank. It was also a way to get the sister ship. There was a swap between the sister ships. I like talking about the metaphysical stuff such as alchemy. I'm real big into the Philosopher's Stone and the Rebus the Tube Magnus Opus. I like stuff like that. I really want to try to use today's lens to try to figure out the mysteries of yesteryear. And we talk about everything from alien life to interdimensional Bigfoot.
Okay. Yeah, we were talking a little bit about that earlier on the Treble show, the interdimensional Bigfoot and such. And Sam started off real slow, and then he got into UFOs and boom, 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 and the train was rolling downhill from there, folks. It was
You got to rhythm with the tism.
It's so funny, man. But yeah, man, there's a lot we can talk about. I mean, if you guys want to get current events, or if you guys want to dive into a little bit we were talking about with the Titanic. I mean, it is a very interesting conspiracy. One of my favorites of how crazy it is. We were also talking about Tartaria. Tartaria, I can relate to that a lot just because of where I live in the New York area. Especially down, obviously, New York City, you see some of the structures. You see these 40-foot doors. I was just down at the courthouse down there. If you go to the Instagram page, there's a video, and I'm just filming, and there's all these symbols on all these buildings all the times, and it just none of it. There's a page, make it make sense, but none of it does. None of these massive buildings. One, how were they built in the 1800s? They don't have the equipment we have today. These stone structures that are impossible. The fine work of the architecture. I mean, we have amazing tools we can use today, but we couldn't craft half the shit that they do, and they did it by hand, allegedly.
They did brutal some kind of replace everything in New York in like the late 50s.
Yeah. Yep, a lot of it. And that's what I think also, like, the World's Fairs were a big thing. That was a way they would put up like a paper mache built a structure over it in a few months or whatever, and then they come in, knock it down, and they take everything else down with it to start to destroy, old Tartaria.
Like 3 or 4 of the former World's Fair sites burned down like within a year after they were built.
Mm-hmm. Chicago being the biggest, I believe.
Yep. In fact, they raised the city of Chicago by, I think, a foot. And that, I don't know if that connects with what you're talking about, but how do you do that? How do you raise a city?
Makes no sense.
You want to know something? I don't know much about the Chicago's World Fair, other than that H.H. Holmes was running his hotel of murder during the time. Which there's a theory that for a long time there was a theory that he was actually Jack the Ripper, because right as soon as he picks up his killing spree over here, Jack the Ripper's killing spree has been slightly just ended. Like, because during the timeline, it's like his started right shortly after Jack's ended, but now due to DNA testing, they believe it was the Polish meat butcher. So they also thought that it was a doctor at the time, and possibly a woman. So,
Jack the Ripper, a woman, huh?
That was a leading theory up until here recently, when they believed that got the DNA suggests that it was the Polish guy.
Okay. I never heard that one. That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Tartaria, there's to roll back to that real quick. There's a building down in Albany where close to where I live that has the hell cleats for like ships or boats or whatever on the building, about I'd say 15 feet high, maybe a little bit lower. This guy goes through a whole video explaining how a city down the road, Cohoes, and another one in Albany, on the way to Albany, it was all waterways, canals, and we're right on the Erie Canal up here, so it was all waterways and canals that we just filled in with, eventually filled in with concrete and made the river. That's how the Hudson River, and that was our eventually just the one channel, and then off it goes. So there's a lot of hidden history here in upstate, which that's how I became so interested in Tartaria.
What's the dude's name again that you said? It don't make sense or something?
Mims, make it make sense. Big T Mims, I think his videos are awesome. He goes everywhere in like the Northeast, and he does a lot in like the New Jersey area. He was just in Princeton. He was in DC not too long ago. So he does a lot of shit. It's interesting shit because everything they're telling us is complete bullshit. So it comes to a point where you just got to look past it and second guess everything.
I was in Albany during lockdown for an assignment, and it was just around the time I think it was the Cuomo was getting kicked out,
Okay.
and so the new governor's coming in, and I was freaked out because I thought I was walking into the belly of the beast because I wasn't masking up, I wasn't getting shots, but okay, here we go. And I get to Albany, and everybody there is cool. Nobody cared where I walked. Nobody bothered me. In fact, half the people there were like, "Oh, we can't wait for the new political change." Forget Cuomo. Everybody hated him, and it was completely different than what I expected. Everybody was really cool.
It's not bad up here for the most part, man. Depending, obviously, where you're going. There's some rough areas and shit, but for the most part, it is. It's a real laid back environment. I mean, we still have people that drive around in the cars by themselves with mask on, and we look at them and we laugh and we just shake our heads and keep it moving. But yeah, it's not bad up here. It could be a lot worse. We suffer from down there though because we pay the taxes to compensate for what they don't have, and we get our asses kicked. So that's what sucks. That's what sucks. But yeah, there's a lot of shit we could talk about. What do you guys think about this whole Venezuela situation with the U.S. bombing Venezuela, going in, snatching the president and his wife, alleged cartel leaders, or whatever the fuck they're calling them?
My favorite is they airstriked Hugo Chavez's grave. I think that's hilarious.
Trump's a savage, dude. Like, even when what's the film guy who just passed away, he had a beef with?
Oh,
Ron Reiner.
Reiner.
Yeah. The tweet he had after that, like, yo, like, give the guy a second, man. He ain't even cold yet.
Like, I don't know much about Rob Reiner's political things. I don't really care about much of the actors' political leanings or whatever. But I do know that that man made one of the best movies ever made. Hands down, I'd put my life on it. The Princess Bride is an underrated movie. I dare say it is better than The Godfather. Like, I've tried watching The Godfather. I couldn't get through it. I was like, what? I can't watch this. The Princess Bride, I watch that at least once a week.
Is that a Christmas movie?
No,
that's an everyday movie for me, dog. So the Princess Bride is
cooking.
Yeah.
Think of like if you play D&D, the Princess Bride is like the best. So it started out as a bedtime story of the author for his daughters. One wanted a story about a princess, one wanted a story about a bride. It has action and everything. But it has Andre the Giant. It has Gary Eels, and I can't think of the guy who played Inigo. But it is a fantastic movie. I have yet to read the book, and I am gonna try to buy that as soon as possible. I highly recommend you watch
Mandy
the movie.
Patinkin or something.
I saw the last match that Andre the Giant wrestled. I
Really?
felt so sorry for him. His joints were popping, and he had to fight the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh,
And-
that's my favorite all time right there.
No, I mean the match was over in like 30 seconds, but it was cool.
Did you guys the Stone Cold when he came out and stole the beer truck?
Oh yeah.
That was actually that's the company I currently work for, and I was in Albany.
Steve
that
Weiser?
picture's framed in that
Just
office. It is.
You know, he has his own line of beer now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Stone
like
Cold.
It's nasty.
It's an
It's crazy
IPA.
how you look to it with all these. I don't know how we went from Venezuela to talking Stone Cold so fast, but that's what we do here on KS. But what we call it? It's crazy how so many of these athletes just can't. I was watching something on a basketball player and just can't keep their money, and it's good to see like. Even though it's like nothing crazy, but like to have some type of business like Stone Cold, even a guy like Stone Cold to fall into, like he's not like The Rock where he fell into $1 million acting roles and shit. So a lot of these athletes and big business guys is one-hit wonders and financially don't take care of themselves and fall to shit.
Yeah.
Well,
People try to cancel Stone Cold within like the last 5 years because they were like doing the big like wave of canceling people. They try to cancel him because of the words that when he played in The Longest Yard because his character was racist. They try to get him canceled.
Oh yeah. There was so much stupid shit, man. That was, but it's crazy to think that we lived that fight like the past 4 or 5 years of like what happened when we really look back. Like I play a lot of golf. They had us driving around in golf carts with dividers in between us and shit. Like they had pool noodles in the bottom of the cup so everybody wasn't reaching their hand in the hole and stuff like it was like it's really laughable now.
Churches.
Like yeah, like everything was closed. It was nuts. Like
Kiss your
grocery
wife
stores
with plastic wrap.
couldn't see your family at Christmas. Couldn't people were losing family members. Couldn't FaceTime in their final goodbyes and shit. It was
Jeez.
fucking and you really sit back and think about it. That the big thing is though that like we accepted it. Like people like I don't know. Like luckily I wasn't in the situation where I had to make the choice, but I'd be kicking a hospital door down if like I had a loved one that was in there on their way out. They're not going sitting there by themselves. Like
Yeah.
fuck that. You can lock me up after. We'll figure it out. But I'm going in there. Oh fuck that. Fuck that. But yeah, this Venezuela shit. This guy's fucking had 18 different wardrobe changes. That's one thing I don't understand. Literally every picture, he's in a new outfit and a fresh tracksuit. How many fucking times is this guy gonna change? And we're getting the perp walk that we never got for Epstein, Maxwell, any of them.
Fauci.
So Fauci,
Well,
yeah.
wasn't it because Maxwell's daddy, before he got yeeted off the yacht with Cinderblock shoes, wasn't he like a big mogul of like media from the side and all? That's why
Who's that?
she can.
Oh, the dad.
Yeah.
Well, you're
Robert
thinking of
Maxwell.
Robert, yeah.
Robert, yeah.
Hey, it's funny if you go back. Oh, because I remember me and a couple of my buddies were talking about Epstein in 2017 in class. We were in ROTC. We were talking about it, and we had a lieutenant colonel as our instructor and everything in a sergeant first class. They looked at us like, y'all really think there was like that stuff happens? And I'm like, you should know the military was running money during the Iraqi freedom, running money to and from from the oil fields and everything. And he looked at me like I got slapped in the face and everything. So
And that's how they hide
can't be
it, though.
wild.
Is the way they move the money is kind of what we're seeing now with all this daycare shit in Minnesota. This is how they hide it. They post a building up, spell a name wrong, post the phone,
And-
slap a phone number on there, and off they go.
And then they say, oh, there was a break-in, and the only thing they stole was the paperwork. And then you see the little white woman looking at him like shaking her head, like, is that really the best you got? It's like, boom. And then you have the little teenage woman or young lady talking about, like, we know that fraud is bad, and she goes like, oh, bitch, got you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like-
They start crying. You see them? They get all nervous and started crying. That's a whole crazy situation. Like I don't know how I feel quite yet about Nick Shirley.
They had to be taught how to do that, and I'm not like being mean or anything, but like if you look at the like the average IQ coming out of Somalia, it's not.
Yeah,
It's
it's all
not that.
set up for him
It's like
by the Democratic. I
67.
mean, Tim Walz left his business card, his fucking phone number to his office was hanging on the building.
But don't
Like-
you think it's a little weird that every couple of years there is some big push to get us excited about some new ethnic bloc? You know, a
Mhm.
couple of years ago it was Haitians, and then eating pets, and then we had to worry about MS-13. Then I forget who was taking over the apartment complexes in Colorado, and
that'd be the MS-13s.
I thought it was Tren de la Agua.
Yeah, trying to
Yeah.
yeah.
Tren de
No,
la
my
Agua.
bad.
Yeah, and so I find that just a little too much of a pattern, and I recognize patterns.
Yeah.
So in the next year or so, it's going to be some other ethnic group. And,
Yep.
look, I'm not downplaying, bringing in the dumbest of the dumb, but I think there's some manipulation there. I think we're being manipulated.
Psyop.
When
Like-
PSYOP season began.
Yeah.
During COVID, there was a lot of attacks against Asian Americans and all.
Yeah, they had the
Like-
Asian run. Yeah.
And I mean, that I was like, I understand it came from China, but like the ones here don't got nothing to do with, doesn't got the price of tea in China of going over yonder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't, I mean, the people controlling the narrative, they don't need 90% of the population to believe it. They just need about 30%.
Right.
That's enough to make news, and that's enough to drive a narrative.
Dude, if you have 4 guys that know what they're doing, and if they're pissed off enough, they could take over a small town.
That's right.
I mean, look what one guy did, where the Komatsu bulldozer and fucking rebar and concrete because he pissed him off.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then what was
That's way.
in Portland? What was the name of that place where they Antifa turned it into their own zone?
Yeah, that one, like that block there right near the.
I can't remember the name. Chaz.
Chaz,
Chaz
yeah.
or Chop,
And I think
or-
it was
Oh, that
Chad.
failed miserably.
I know, but
It was
it's
Chaz.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Um,
I
at
think
that
they
point,
changed it later to Chode.
I was when that happened. I legitimately thought there was gonna be like a bonus army 2.0 where they were gonna have tanks rolled in. Cause during after World War One, so we paid our boys like, hey, we can't give you this, but we'll give you this bonus like a bearer bond that you can be able to cash after you get out of the trenches and everything. So they did that, and they said, yeah, sorry, we're not going to pay you. So they had all these veterans that just fresh from the trenches and everything, from World War One, all the like in like Hoover towns and all, like shanties and everything posted up outside. I want to say it was Eisenhower, who ran through. He was a young lieutenant at the time. He firebombed and had his troops fire upon the veterans and all.
And
There was
there were
they-
two
they-
more that
they-
joined them.
they also tried to have Smedley Butler lead the bonus army because it was supposed to it was set up to be by some bigwigs to be a coup d'etat to overthrow the president at the time, who was being a dickhead. So, but Smedley Butler said at this point in time he became anti-war because he didn't like the industrial war complex. This is a Marine that is held up as a god of the Marine Corps, and I say that as a Marine. And like I literally every morning I say thank you God, thank you Chester Puller, thank you Smedley Butler and Dan Daly. You know what I mean? Gotta throw up reverence. But he even said like, no, we took the oath. We're gonna die for the Constitution. We're not gonna overthrow it. And he actually testified. And funny how all the big ringleaders that were big rigs, none of them got in trouble.
It's craziness, man. It's
So
absolutely.
as far as Venezuela goes, how broke was that country? Because I don't know about where y'all live, but in Houston, there are a ton of Venezuelans that came over here within the last, well, I guess 4 to 5 years, and I've got a couple that are clients, and they were actually really trying hard to get their family out of there because they said it's dog eat dog. Nobody's safe after Chavez privatized. I'm sorry, socialized everything. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm kind of torn. Like I don't believe in controlling the destiny of another country, but at the same time, I don't appreciate socialism on our doorstep.
I mean,
So it's kind of a normie take.
it looks like they appreciate what we did. You see them celebrating in the streets and shit, but that's also what we're getting shown. Like we don't really know what the fuck's going on over there, unfortunately, because the news isn't the news. It's there for clicks, and we have to. The best news is actually social media, unfortunately, to get people's hopefully live footage, and now we got to worry about AI and everything else. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you to the fact of making the decisions for another country, but it just comes to a time and I think where some of these decisions need to be made, but for how long is my thing. How long are we going to continue to go and babysit everybody else when we're a fucking mess at home base? Like I feel like our biggest thing is we need to.
Oh, what a cliffhanger!
No.
His laptop died.
Oh,
damn.
His laptop.
He was cooking and the CIA got him.
Dead gun.
No.
All right. Well,
Wait.
Sweet. Anybody want to hear my Neil Diamond impersonation? Well,
Yes, please.
we're coming to America. Yeah.
Wait, I thought you were gonna do the dance on was like bum bitty bitty bum. From the if I was a rich man. Bum
Oh no! Oh my God! I can't believe that. You're talking about Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah, that one.
The guy who played
Doc
what's
Ock.
his name? He was interviewed. You know what the real name of that song was? It wasn't "If I Was a Rich Man." It was "If I Was a Rothschild." But they changed the words because they didn't think American audiences would understand that. But that's the real
That
name of
doesn't
that
surprise
song.
me.
Welcome back, Rob.
That does not
Yeah,
surprise me.
I don't know how that happened. I got I'm having issues with my internet, so I had to record off my phone, and I got it on Do Not Disturb, but I still got a phone call through. So
Jeez.
Well,
I
you're on
thought
a
the
roll. Go
CIA
ahead.
got to you.
yeah, not me, buddy. I got nothing important.
And Alex just dropped in.
Alex, what's up, man?
fellas? What's going on?
Appreciate you jumping
Hello,
on,
buddy.
man.
Howdy.
Namaste, fellas.
So, Alex, man, I'm Roger. Conspiracy Cast. First time meeting you. For our listeners, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself and what you do over there at the Testimony Podcast?
I appreciate that, Roger, man. No, we share stories of hope, man. We have a lot of people that come on and they share. It really just depends, if every walk of life. You can recover from anything, you can deal with anything in life, but there's always a story of hope in every single person. Whether you think so or not, you overcame something in your life, right? And we try to bring that to light, man. You never know whose life you could change just by hearing somebody else's story. I know it helped me change my life, and it's little things like that we want to shine light on. I think it's awesome, man.
Oh yeah, dope, man. Cool. Yeah. So I'm sorry I cut out there, boys. Like I said, got the phone call there. What were you guys talking about when I got cut out?
No,
You
we
were
were just
telling us.
singing bad songs.
No, but it's to the point though. Like I was saying, though, take care of home base, and then worry. It's the airplane rule. Put the mask on yourself first, and then worry about what's next to you. That's really at this point in time where our country is I think what we need to do, because I mean, I'm sick of looking at my paycheck and getting all that money taken out and then finding out you open up a daycare in Minnesota, you could be a millionaire. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like,
Dude, we could open up a conspiracy daycare. How dope would that be?
that'd be,
Teaching
literally,
kids the right way.
we could
Shine.
we could watch
Sam
the
could be the cook.
yeah, we could watch the Chaos Twins. It'd be perfect.
Yeah. Sam could be making everything in his crock pot.
Yeah, there you go. Chefing it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just sick of seeing it. I'm just really sick of seeing it, and hopefully at some point it comes to an end here.
Well, the monkeying with Venezuela, I mean, it's reminded me of, okay, if you just indulge me for just a second, there's a book that I would recommend everybody download. You can get it on Internet Archive, but I'd recommend getting this book, Thy Will Be Done.
Oh, nice.
It's a big, thick, dog choking book, but it's about Nelson Rockefeller and how they basically destroyed South America. But there's a section in here all about, Venezuela. I just want to show you that even as far back as like the 30s, they set fire to their big lake, Maracaibo. Hundreds of people died. I don't know why I'm trying to do this live. It's such a pain in the butt. It's 1939. 1939. Standard Oil was digging for oil in Venezuela, and Nelson Rockefeller even bought and owned the land that Simon Bolivar used to live on. There's a Rockefeller house in Venezuela, and the first supermarket was built. So I guess the only reason I'm bringing up the history lesson is that this is not the first time that American business interests have tried to monkey with Venezuela or South America. So it's just kind of like history repeats itself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see that? Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, how did you screen share on your little screen?
Oh, I'm using OBS.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I was like, how the heck? It's like, I've never seen that before.
How did you guys see the clip from what is it, Jack Ryan with John? What is it, Krasinski, the guy from The Office? Like 13 Hours, where he's talking about Venezuela and like who he's talking to a class and he's like, who should we fear the most? And everybody's like China, Russia, North Korea, and he's like Venezuela. They got oil. They're gonna want to, that's something we're gonna want to get. Blah blah blah. And sure enough, I mean,
Yep.
Predictive programming, man. You see a lot of it.
I mean, if China's going to take over the Eastern Hemisphere, then the United States is going to take over the Western.
Yep.
As easy as it happened, though, why don't they? I just assume it's going to happen again sooner or later. Because Venezuela wasn't the only one, was it? There's a list of, I forget what it was that that doesn't have a Rockefeller Central owned bank, and I think it was like one of 7 left. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be gone now. I mean, that's going to be Rockefeller owned, but it's just
I don't think it has a Rockefeller branch, does it?
It was Iraq and Iran were on there previously.
Was it the Rockefellers or was it Rothschilds?
Well, what you're thinking about is that list that was right before we invaded Iraq. What was the name of the general that reported seeing all of the Middle Eastern countries? I forget his name, but it was Iraq, it was Syria, it was Lebanon, Jordan, and then the last one on the list was Iran. But it wasn't any South American countries.
No, Alex, I know what you're talking about. I seen that list.
I'm going to try to find it. I wish I had OBS so I could screen share and show you.
You talking about the one that's still on the gold standard?
Yes.
Because
the BRICS nations, the BRICS.
Yeah, no. What was his name? He was called the Butcher of he rose up from the African Rifle Corps. He took over his I want to say it was Zimbabwe. He was also a self-admitted cannibal. Dude was like a warlord and became like their president. He even he decapitated a couple of his top officials because they displeased him and fed them to his guests. He was the one that Hillary Clinton joked about him being killed.
Yeah, you're talking about Gaddafi.
Yeah, Gaddafi.
Yeah, Gaddafi.
Yeah.
For some reason, I knew his name rhymed with a candy. No, which type.
And that poor guy got a knife.
Toffee.
No, you're talking about.
I don't know if I sent it. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, because we, I know the one. There was Venice. It was basically just breaking down all.
I'm gonna find it. I'm trying. I know I've seen it earlier, so I know it's somewhere around here.
Man, I have a video or I have a picture.
It had a list. It had a list of I want to say it was like 15. Half of them were marked off. Venezuela was one of them that was left, and I think it was the Rothschilds or the Rockefellers, one of those, a central-owned bank that's not owned by them. And Venezuela was, I mean, they're going to be
Well,
off the list now.
There's two different things. Raj, do you
Yeah.
see at the bottom of your screen? There
Yeah.
should say you should be able to let me share,
Uh,
or on you on your phone.
I'm on my phone, so I don't think I'm gonna have that.
Okay.
Option.
Can
Ah,
I send this to you, James?
Probably not.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Hold
Oh,
on.
You can try. I mean, I'll
It's
see what I can do.
It's a retired U.S. general about the plan to take over 6 Muslim countries because we didn't know what to do. That's the one where they were talking about multiple countries. Like I think that was mostly the Middle East, but then there's another one where they were talking about countries that they were trying to take over that they added to it. I think there was like Cuba was one of them. They were like they just added like communist countries to
Well,
that.
mostly
list.
they were BRICS nations.
Yes,
Oh, that's
yeah,
cool.
that makes sense.
And that all kind of started when they took Russia off of the SWIFT system, and other nations wanted to join because Russia was they had a whole bunch of gold ready to help finance the BRICS system, and I think Venezuela was going to jump on board too.
And what's it called when you take the leader out of position and then you swap them?
Coup.
Yeah, regiment change.
I mean,
No, it's another name.
I know what you're talking about.
It's not destabilize.
You know, it's my brain is not working.
Drew, what do I gotta do to allow you to share?
Oh, I'll present real fast. I'll see if it works.
were you talking about like
Yeah.
No,
So
not
there's-
impeach.
There's this one. Can you hear it okay?
Yeah, you're good. We can hear. Well, we can hear you right now. I can't hear nothing else. I got no audio from it, Drew.
Regime change.
You said you can't hear it?
No.
Okay, hold on.
Negative, Buster.
I'll do it one more time. It must not have hit the audio, share audio. There we go. And then you want to click it one more time? There we go. So this
Come in and talk to me a second.
Can you
I said,
hear it
"You're
okay
too
now?"
busy." He said, no. He says, we've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq. I said, we're going to war with Iraq. Why? He said, I don't know. He said, I guess they don't know what else to do. I said, well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al Qaeda? He said, no. He says, there's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq. He said, I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we've got a good military and we can take down governments. So I came back to see him a few weeks later. And by that time, we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, are we still going to war with Iraq? And he said, a memo that described Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran. I said, is it classified? He said, yes, sir.
that was the one that they were talking about destabilizing the Middle East. But then I'm trying to find the one where they were talking about taking out the leaders of the country too.
We also just stabilized Guatemala.
Oh yeah, that's the reason why you can buy bananas at the grocery store.
Oh yeah, we had a banana. We had the banana wars down there.
It was called Operation PB Success. It's the one where the CIA overthrew Arbenz, and United Fruit, which became Dole, ended up running all of their banana plantations.
Wow.
Because you don't see banana plantations in the U.S.
No.
No, you do not. Wait, I don't even know if you can grow a banana tree in America.
It does sound
Probably
like
not. Interestingly enough, bananas are considered a berry. I did not know that.
Yeah, and strawberries are not an actual berry. They're seeds on the outside. To be a berry, your seeds have to be on the inside.
So don't that make a tomato? Tomato is a what? A fruit?
Tomato is both a vegetable and a fruit, which makes ketchup a smoothie.
Hey, I like the way you think. Good job saying.
Also, fun fact: the lobsters on the Titanic were very happy when it sank.
Why's that?
Since
They got set free. The lobsters, they're not getting eaten.
And
At
that
least by
last
us,
one,
anyway.
That last one in the pot, like, oh man.
Which, funny enough, actually, do you know what kills a lobster? If nothing, it gets too big to molt its shell. If it never gets to the point where its shell gets locked to where it can't molt, they are theorized where they can live forever because they have perfect replication of their cells, which is why a lot of
Yep.
people live like the human body is designed for 120 years, but a lot of people end up dying of slow poisoning, whether that's by the food we eat, the alcohol, or the tobacco, or what other substances.
There it is, Drew.
It's
Yep.
that.
Yeah, I found it. I knew I sent it to the boys. I had to just die for it. We send way too much stuff to each other, so it takes a little while. But yeah, take a look at that list right there. You got Iran, Iraq, Cuba, Syria, Libya, Sudan, Venezuela, Afghanistan, and North Korea.
But Iran is going through a destabilizing point in time right now. They have full-on rebellions now. Females are throwing off of their hijab and they're dancing in the street. Both offenses are killable under the Sharia law, and their top officials are talking about running away and fleeing to Moscow. So it's a bad day to be an ally of Russia.
Yeah. And then Cuba is just going to be, they're going to say, well, they're not getting the drugs from Venezuela anymore. They're getting it from Cuba. Let's go over there. Boom.
Well, man, I'll see if I can find this video real fast. Sorry.
That was actually Tripoli shared that.
Yes. Man, there is a few.
Cuba gets blamed for a lot of this, and that I can't understand why they're so eager to spread that. Because that's the same technique they used in the 60s. Cuban agents are infiltrating South America, so we have to destabilize it.
Right.
It's never. I mean, Cuba's not that significant.
No, they got some good ball players and big booty Latinas, man. They ain't really
Well, the Russians also contract Cuban soldiers to fight Ukraine. There are Cuban soldiers in the Ukraine war right now.
You know, that's the first time those boys ever seen snow. The snow that you don't snort. But yeah. Did y'all know that during the 50s? I want to say it's either the 50s or the 60s. The CIA replicated the Aswang tech during the communism of the Philippines. Because during World War II, we lost the Philippines, and we lost a boatload of Marines, and which they ended up doing a death march.
Well,
Which is,
the
but
Philippines used to be an American colony too.
it was. Now they have their independence, but during that time, the CIA actually this is past World War II, so they're no longer the Office of Strategic Services. They are the Central Intelligence Agency. Well, they strung up on a communist insurgent and everything. They strung him up in they took him out of the last guy out of a walking patrol. They stabbed him in the neck twice, and they hung him upside down, bled him out, and left his body out. Because in the Filipino folklore, the Aswang is their version of a vampire, but they marked his neck and everything, and they drained him of blood, and they believe that his soul now became trapped, and it was full on psychological warfare.
Talking about Colonel Edward Lansdale. He's the guy
Yes,
that
sir.
did that. Yeah. He's also the one that came up with Operation Mongoose. Yeah.
What is Operation Mongoose, if you don't mind me asking?
Operation Mongoose was a plan to recruit a bunch of anti-Castro Cubans to retake the island and oust Castro. And they built a whole bunch of training camps in Louisiana and Florida. And that's where people like David Ferry, Lee Harvey Oswald, David Adderley Phillips were training all of these soldiers to be deployed in Cuba. And JFK shut him down. And that's one of the theories as to why he got off.
This is Alex's boy. Alex interviewed Bryce Mitchell.
Oh yeah.
Oh no shit.
But I wonder if this is true or if this is just funny.
That's
Well,
hilarious.
joining us real quick, we have on here is our guy Treble Garcia. Treble, appreciate you jumping on, man.
Yo, what's up, everybody? I think I'm friends with every single person in this place. I want to give massive shout outs to Jesus, first of all and foremost, and obviously to every single one of you for allowing me to enter your space. I'm here just for a quick moment, but just for a fun time, not for a long time. Oh, yeah.
Man,
What's up, Plunder?
The
Good to see you, man.
crock pot's still cooking, boy.
Yo,
Yeah.
dude, that was a slow. Yo, Sam just got off my show right now, and he cooked up a storm, bro. Trigger words, Titanic. That's all I'm gonna say. And I know it goes, dude. I know it's an old freaking conspiracy show, but a conspiracy topic. But the Titanic, if you go back and watch the movie today, as knowing all the stuff that you know now, you start seeing Easter eggs everywhere. They knew exactly what they were doing in that movie. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Also, wasn't it Spielberg who directed the movie?
I mean, that was
Didn't
James
he
Cameron.
also? Well, didn't he also have ties to the guy who did The Shining? Also,
Kubrick?
Kubrick.
Yeah.
Kubrick and Spielberg, but not Cameron.
but I thought it was Spielberg who did the Titanic.
That was James Cameron.
Cameron.
Oh, my bad.
Aliens. God, I can't think of anything else he did. Terminator.
Didn't you do Avatar?
Didn't he do Jurassic Park, the best movie in the freaking planet?
Now we're back to
No,
Spielberg. Okay.
Oh fuck! that
You
man.
mean The Princess Bride? Because that's the best movie.
What do you mean? The Matrix, 1999, dude. What the freak are you talking about, man?
Commando
I
is the
watched
greatest
it.
movie ever made.
Man,
What? Street Fighters, 1992, dude. What are you talking about?
Oh, man.
the original Mortal
Van Damme,
Kombat.
dude. Mortal
There you
Kombat
go.
was
Better
fucking
yet,
kick-ass.
Teenage Mutant
Mortal
Ninja
I was
Turtles.
gonna say Ninja Turtles.
Secret of the Ooze.
The OG Ghostbusters would have to be two.
Who you gonna call?
Top two. But yeah, this is a decent little. I'm gonna wrap this up here in a few, but appreciate all you guys jumping on and taking the time. I want to give everybody a good solid second here to shout out their page. Gonna start doing this a little bit more often, kind of randomly, just hop on a live. We call it a little chaos corner where I can bring everybody together, be able to chance to network. I got a chance to meet a bunch of new people here tonight. Love to have all you guys on the show. I have a few of you guys already set up to come on the show, so appreciate you coming on. Treble, since you just hopped on, man, why don't you let the listeners know a little bit about your show and where they can find you?
Yo, I want to give again massive shout out to every single person that's here and other people that are on the live. If you guys are engaging, I want to make sure that you guys know where to find us. It's the Treble Show, formerly known as Paranoid Radio. You can find us on all social media platforms and absolutely free. Make sure you check us out and drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcast. That allows other people to enjoy the show as much as I enjoy making it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm also writing a book, and it's gonna kick some fucking ass. Liminal Trees, Concrete Jungle, and the Olmec Agenda. I'm telling you right now, bro, this is fucking real. All right, Plunder World. Mad love watching you again. Your episode's about to drop on Sunday, so we're all connected here. Massive love, Alex Lloyd, Web of Mysteries. I call him the Crackpot. Well, actually, Roger called him the Crackpot, and then mad love to fucking Code. Code is my Jamie. I already told Code as soon as I make it big, Code is gonna be my Jamie. He's gonna be like
So
my
good.
on live searching machine. Yeah.
Well, appreciate it. And then Alex, why don't you go, man? Let us know. Let the listeners know where they can find you.
Appreciate it, my dude. I love all of you beautiful people. So my podcast is a little different, and I want to say everybody that comes on Trebles one day when I get to travel and see you, I can't wait for the people to hear your story. Matter of fact, everybody in here, I want to have all of y'all on. If you're more than down, I'd be more than glad to have you on. But it's the Testimony Podcast. You can go to Linktree. It's the Testimony Podcast. Linktree, it takes you to all of them. But if you want to find me on YouTube, it's at the testimony.podcast. It'll take you right there. I love all you guys. I can't wait to have everybody on here. Trebles, I love you, brother. Whenever I get a chance, I want to say this summer, I'm gonna have you on. But it's first person interviews. If you know if you ever, any of the viewers or anybody listening, if you know anybody that wants to share a story that you know could change somebody's life, please holler at me. The Testimony Podcast.
No. And then Drew, let them know.
You guys can find me at Speaking Code Podcast or Speaking Code everywhere. YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, Spotify, anywhere you can listen, anywhere you can watch. The link tree, wherever. It's SPEAKCOAD for Speaking Code. And I am Conspiracy of a Dead Man. We out.
Appreciate it, homie. And then Sam the Crockpot, man. We're gonna start simmering down here. We're gonna turn it down to low on the way out here, but let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, so you can catch me at the Web of Mysteries. I'm on Spotify, and you can catch me on Instagram, and you can catch me every Tuesday night on the Code of Conspiracy. But blessed be the chaos and much love from the clique, boys.
No, brother. And then James, close us out, man.
Hey, thanks for having me on. You can find me at plunderworld.com. I'm easy to find on Instagram, plunderworld cards. And before we go, I'm going to go ahead and open this pack of cards.
Yeah.
Forgot we had to do that.
I love this, bro.
Whoever answers my trivia question, I will mail the contents. But you got to live in the United States. Can't ship it to England. I can't ship it to Iceland.
Yeah, it'd be $86.
Who lives in Iceland?
It'd be three rubies and about $86.
Yeah.
Dude, look at these cards, man. They're freaking dope.
Okay, so we got one about August Belmont.
Oh, I have that one.
We got one about John Dewey.
Who's John Dewey?
John Dewey's the father of progressive education. He's the reason why your parents think backwards. And then we got Lucio Gelli. He was in charge of the P2 Masonic Lodge in Italy.
Dang.
And we've got Weather Modification number 2. It's a sequel to a previous card.
Nice.
Got a gold version of G.I. Joke, which is about the military's, the Department of Defense document that makes taxpayers pay for transgendered surgeries.
Dang.
We got a card about planned obsolescence. That's about why your clothes last only 9 washes. Oh, and we got an ultra rare card. Look at that. I got the lucky hand tonight. We got a nice shiny ultra rare card about the utopian rat experiment. So, anybody that wants to win the contents of this pack, all they got to do is reach out to me any way they can find me and answer this trivia question. So, Nelson Rockefeller, he died in a very inconvenient way. Can you name the lady he was messing around with? Okay, all you got to do is just reach out to me with the answer.
Ooh, smells like
question,
new money. Sounds
and
like
I will mail you those cards.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yo,
awesome.
deep question too. I like that.
Yeah,
He didn't
that's
spend one note. It makes you everybody go to research right now.
He came
Big
ready.
chat GPT right now.
He came ready. But appreciate all you guys for hopping on. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you guys go check out Conspiracy Chaos. Leave us a 5-star review. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and obviously here on YouTube. We appreciate everybody tuning in, and we will catch you next time on Conspiracy Chaos. Peace.